Hello, Helen. Are you finished at work yet? If not, let me know when you're planning on being finished as soon as possible.
Hey, Mom. Yeah, I'm all done for today. I'm just going to make a quick stop at the store and I'll be on my way home.
Oh, you're going shopping? Then buy me 3 rolls of duct tape while you're there.
You need duct tape? I'm pretty sure we have some in the house. Try looking in the top drawer next to the refrigerator. There should be a roll in there.
I wasn't looking for your input, Helen. I know we have a roll in the house. 1 roll isn't enough. That's why I'm telling you to buy more. Now get back here with that duct tape as quickly as possible. We need to get ready to move.
Get ready to move? What are you talking about?
You mean you don't know? Oh, didn't Lucas tell you?
No, I haven't heard anything about moving. Oh, are you moving, maybe? I know you've been looking to downsize for quite a while now.
Don't be ridiculous. I'm not anywhere by myself. Our duplex is finished, so we're all going to move in together. But if you don't feel like living with my son and I don't feel compelled, you are more than welcome to live anywhere else you'd like. You could even move to another city for all I care.
Wait a second. Our duplex? What duplex?
The duplex my darling son Lucas built for me. The house I'm living in now is so dreadfully inconvenient. The stairs are too steep, the doorways are too narrow, and the flooring is practically like an ice rink. And you two need to think about your future as well. When you have kids, you want them to have plenty of room to run around and play, don't you? It's going to be great for all of us. So Lucas decided to buy a house and renovate it into a duplex. Wait until you see. You're going to positively love it, I'm sure.
Hold on just 1 second. This is the first I'm hearing of any of this.
Oh, well, I guess I'm the one who gets to break the news to you.
But this is a lot to take in. He bought a house and renovated it? That sort of thing would take months. First, he had to go look for a house, go and see it in person, negotiate with a realtor, and that's not even including the time it would take to renovate it.
Indeed, Lucas has been working incredibly hard for the last 6 months to make it all happen.
Well, how did Lucas pay for it? Don't tell me he took out a loan.
You'll have to ask him about that. I haven't the foggiest. But what's the big deal? There's no need to worry about the money anymore. The house is finished. It's not like you'll be paying anything for it anyway. I don't see any reason for you to be concerned about anything.
There are plenty of reasons. Lucas doesn't have enough money to buy and renovate a house like that.
Apparently he did, because the house got built. Tell me, Helen, are you like this all the time? Complaining and throwing fits like this over every little thing? I feel so sorry for Lucas for having to deal with you all the time. You are such a control freak, really.
Mom, you aren't lying to me again, are you? If you are, you need to tell me the truth right now.
Well, I never. When have I lied to you, Helen?
Last month? You told me that an old friend of yours was sick and needed money for a life-saving operation. Then you left the house for a week because you were going to go see them in the hospital. Then when you came back, you had a full-body tan and the tags on your suitcase had said you had come from Hawaii.
You sure know how to hold a grudge, don't you? That's all ancient history, water under the bridge. This time, I am definitely telling the truth. Go ahead and ask Lucas. He'll confirm everything I told you.
I'll talk to him after I get home then.
In the meantime, don't forget to pick up that duct tape for me. 3 rolls, Helen, not 2, 3. The cardboard boxes I ordered have already arrived, so I don't need any more of those.
Good morning, Mom. Are you awake yet? I hope I'm not disturbing you.
It's 10 a.m., you ridiculous girl. Of course I'm awake. What do you take me for, a college student?
I was just making sure, that's all. You were still asleep when I left the house earlier.
Well, excuse me for being a human being. Maybe you can live on little to no sleep, but the rest of us need our rest to get through the day. Now, what is it? What do you want? I hope you didn't text me just to see if I was awake.
I just wanted to tell you something. We're not moving anymore. It's been canceled.
What? What do you mean we're not moving? The moving company will be here to pick up our things the day after tomorrow. And you're going to cancel it on such short notice?
This is the result of several days of discussions with my husband. Lucas took the money he used to buy the house out of my savings account without my permission. So we're putting off moving into the new house for the time being.
Your savings? Your husband and wife, you mean our saving?
No, the money in that savings account was what I had earned back when I was single. It is not ours, it is 100% wholly and truly mine.
Oh, I see. But your savings alone couldn't possibly have been enough to pay for an entire house. Lucas must have put up the lion's share of the price himself. Are you really going to get so upset over him using a few $1,000s or so of your money? Don't be so childish, Helen. It's embarrassing.
You're welcome to think whatever you wish of me. All I'm here to do is to tell you that the move is off, period. My husband and I will decide what we're going to do with the house another time.
The move is not off. What do you think you're doing? Your husband told me that he had already terminated the lease on your current apartment. You have no choice but to move out.
I am aware that he did that without my permission as well. That's why we're currently talking with the property manager to see if there's any possibility that we could renew the lease. We've always had a good relationship with them, so I don't think that they'll have any issues with staying after all.
This is unacceptable. I won't stand for this. We are moving into the new house, and that is final.
You are in no position to be making that sort of decision for us, Mom.
Hogwash. I have just as much say in this as you do. Regardless, this was all Lucas's decision, not yours. You need to hold your tongue and respect your husband's wishes.
Mom? The house was built using my money. So, no, as a matter of fact, the only person who has any right to make decisions regarding that house is me.
You will not stop me from moving into that house. I've already packed up all of my things. It's all in cardboard boxes.
Me? That's for the best, actually. You can just go ahead and leave all that stuff just like it is. No matter what happens with the house, I doubt we'll be living here much longer.
Oh, then why not simply move into the new house? I mean, think about it, Helen. You are now the proud owner of a brand new house. No more renting, no more landlords, no more nosy neighbors. My son worked so hard to build that house for me, and we're not even going to live in it? That's absurd.
The only absurd thing around here is my husband's thought process, if you ask me.
You really are an awful woman, Helen. This sort of reaction from you is precisely why my son had no choice but to keep it a secret from you.
Excuse me?
Lucas works all day and night to make his business a roaring success. Meanwhile, you simply work some menial part-time job like a high school dropout. And yet you think you have the right to micromanage every single thing Lucas says or does?
I'd say I'm rather lenient with him considering the circumstances.
Lenient? Is that a joke? You keep Lucas on such a short leash, he can barely even move. Now that Lucas has exercised his rights to do what he sees fit with his own money, you have shown yourself for the tyrant that you are. So he used some of your trivial savings to buy a house. So what? You should be glad that he doesn't kick you to the curb right here and now. What would you do without him supporting you? You need to examine yourself and realize just what sort of position you're in.
Indeed. I'd say it's vital for everyone to have a firm grasp of their own position, including you.
Then stop talking back to me like a teenager. You would be lost without my son with your pitiful part-time income. Now, get back to your apartment this instant and pack your things.
Hello, Mom. I thought you should know that we're going to be moving again soon. So you had better put all of your things back in those cardboard boxes.
What are you going on about this time? We've already moved into our new house. Where do you think we're going to go now?
My husband will tell you later on.
When are you going to start making sense? Give me a straight answer. Are you threatening me?
Perish the thought.
I suppose you don't have anything to threaten me with anymore, do you? Seeing as though we've already moved into our new house. And you poor thing, you were unable to renew your lease, weren't you? You just have no luck at all.
I couldn't agree more. My luck ran out the moment I married Lucas.
This is just disgraceful, Helen. You've lost completely. We're living in our new house, so all you can do is bitterly insult your husband? Oh, grow up. Your constant grumbling is absolutely ruining the mood. We're trying to enjoy ourselves. Would you please stop getting in our way?
I'm only going to get in your way one more time, and then I'll be out of your hair forever. That house is going to be put up for sale.
What? No. Our house is being put up for sale? The new duplex Lucas built for me? The one we're living in right now?
That's correct.
Again with that nonsense. You know very well that I will never consent to such a thing.
I'm afraid I don't need your consent. My husband has already given his. Not that I needed it.
He did?
Yes, and he promised me that the two of you would be completely moved out within the week.
But why would he do that?
We talked things over, and he agreed to my terms.
I was wondering why the two of you had been staying up so late recently. I've been hearing your voices coming from the living room until midnight or later for the last several days. Is that what you were doing? Talking about what to do with this house?
Yes, Mom. The house will be put on the market the 1st of next month. Make sure you take all your things with you when you leave. Oh, and do take care not to damage anything on your way out. I wouldn't want to negatively impact the house's sale value.
Just when I think you couldn't possibly be more of a troublesome girl. Well, if that's the way you want to play, fine. I'm getting a lawyer. I will never allow you to sell this house. An obnoxious, badgering woman like yourself doesn't deserve to live with a fine man like my son and a classy lady like myself. We're going to hire the best lawyer in the city and kick you out.
I'm curious, how do you plan on retaining the best lawyer in the city with Lucas's $500 a month income and your Social Security checks? You'd be lucky to be able to afford one of those DUI lawyers on TV.
$100 a month? What are you talking about?
That's how much he pulls in every month.
That's impossible. You're just trying to scare me again. I know for a fact that Lucas makes an incredible amount of money.
If that were really true, why would he need to dip his hands into my savings account? You should know that ever since Lucas launched his company, his income fell to practically zero. I'm the one who pays all of our monthly bills.
I feel sorry for you, Helen. You've been backed into a corner, so the only thing you can do is make up more and more extravagant lies. Aren't you ashamed of yourself?
It's the truth, though.
You mean to tell me that you support the both of you with your meager part-time job? That's the most laughably false thing I've ever heard. You don't even know the first thing about money, do you?
For the record, the reason I'm doing my part-time job is because I want to go into business in the field in the future. I suppose you could call it research. I'm not paying bills with that job or anything.
I'm sick and tired of listening to your grandiose lies, Helen. I've put up with you this long only because you're the one my son chose as his wife. But I've had all I can take. Get out of this house as soon as possible. After all, if you're telling the truth, this house will be put up for sale soon, correct? Then you shouldn't have any problem moving out right now.
Well, yes, I was planning to move out in the short order from the beginning. I'm planning to divorce Lucas as well.
Oh my. So that's another thing you two have been talking about then. Oh, this is like a dream come true. I get to live in this gorgeous house, and I'll finally be rid of my son's hen-pecking wife. Oh, things are looking up for me.
I'll bring the necessary divorce papers to the house tonight. Would you mind signing them as a witness?
It would be my pleasure. I'll sign as many times as you'd like me to. Oh, this calls for celebration. I think I might order food from that expensive sushi restaurant that just opened up nearby. Oh, I haven't been this excited in years. I feel like a schoolgirl again. Hello there, Helen. I was just talking to my son a while ago. He told me that you were telling the truth the other day. You really are the one who pays all the bills.
Uh-huh. I tried to tell you, but you just wouldn't listen.
Oh, what was I supposed to think? I couldn't believe a story as ridiculous as that. I thought your only source of income was your part-time job. I had no idea you were making that much money off your investments. Why didn't you tell me?
That's an easy question to answer. It's because I didn't want you to know.
If you would have told me, I would have treated you differently, though.
Trust me, I know. You would no doubt have been trying to mooch off of me at every opportunity. I wanted to avoid having the same conversation with you whenever you asked me to buy you food or clothes or jewelry or whatever else you begged me for. There was no way I was going to let you know. But now, at the last minute, that idiot went and spilled the beans to you.
I'm terribly sorry for everything, Helen. Please, won't you come back and live with us? I'd like to try and make it up to you. What do you say, Helen? Can we be a family again?
Lucas and I are already divorced. You were the witness when we signed all the forms, so don't tell me you forgot.
No, I haven't forgotten. It's just... Well, I see now that you're the perfect girl for my Lucas. To be bluntly honest with you, Lucas has absolutely no value as a breadwinner.
I am aware of that, yes. The $500 he pulled in each month was barely enough to pay for our groceries. And yet, he still had the gall to use all that money he pulled in on himself. He never contributed a single cent towards any of our living expenses.
I had no idea that was what was really going on. My son must have been a terrible burden on you for all these years.
It wasn't just him. You have been a terrible burden on me as well. Just as much as him, actually. Ever since the day we got married, you've been constantly on my case about this or that. Every time I tried to talk to you about the way you treated me, you'd brush me off and tell me I was being too sensitive. And let's not forget about all the other cruel things you've done to me. I haven't forgotten about a single one.
But that was before I knew that you were the breadwinner.
The fact that you would change how you treat me based on how much money I earn makes you sound like an even worse person.
I'm so terribly sorry, Helen, but I can change, I swear. You should see the state Lucas has been in ever since you left him. He barely leaves the house to work anymore. He's become nothing but dead weight. Getting divorced was clearly a massive, terrible shock to him.
Oh yeah? Imagine how shocked I was to learn my husband betrayed me and stole my savings. He wasn't always like this. Back when we first met, he was always a hard-working man. Then, after we got married, he suddenly got this crazy idea to start up his own company. It failed immediately, but he refused to give up the ghost, leaving me to support the family myself.
I'm sorry for that, too.
You don't need to be. I'm the one who agreed to marry him. It's my fault. Don't get the wrong idea, though. I'm sure that even if he hadn't bought that house, I still would have divorced him sooner or later. Even my patience has its limits.
Don't say that. I'm sure he could change if given the opportunity. Why don't you come by and talk to him? The two of you could work out your differences somehow. I know it.
Not happening. If you haven't even changed at this point, I can't expect him to either. The only reason you're texting me like this now is because you don't want to support him for the rest of your life, right? You just want to pass him back to me.
That's not entirely accurate. I just want to live with you again, that's all.
Well, unfortunately, I have no such inclinations regarding you. I'm not gonna be his sugar mama anymore.
You can't just abandon me like this. If something doesn't change, we won't have anywhere to live. We'll wind up homeless on the streets.
You and Lucas will have to figure out something for yourselves.
But that boy is useless. I'll end up having to do everything by myself. Please, Helen, come home. I'm on a fixed income and Lucas has no income. We can't live like this.
And there it is. You're really only concerned about yourself. Do you understand what position you're in now? You said I'd be lost without Lucas's income, but it was the other way around, wasn't it? After that, my former mother-in-law sent me messages at least once a day begging for help. Once the divorce was finalized, though, I blocked her phone number and that was the end of it. Since Lucas used my personal savings without my permission, he fortified any rights to receive any of our joint assets. We agreed to settle the score by selling the house he bought, and I would receive all of the proceeds. I don't think I'll be able to recoup all of the money he spent on it, but since I'll both be able to cut all ties with the two of them and not have to hand over a single cent of my hard-earned money, I still consider it a win for me. After getting kicked out of their lovely duplex, they moved into a rather small and inexpensive apartment together. Apparently, Lucas's work ethic has gotten even worse since then, to the point where he rarely leaves his room at all. So his mother is currently having to make ends meet for both of them with her social security checks. Eventually, something's gonna have to give. Either Lucas's mother will go out and look for a job herself, or she'll kick that useless slacker son of hers out of the apartment. But no matter what happens to them, it's officially no longer any business of mine. All that matters to me is that I never see either of them ever again. As for me, I'm living on my own for the first time in a long time, and I had forgotten how easygoing living by yourself can be. By the way, the part-time job I had mentioned earlier was as a barista at a cat cafe. My ultimate goal is to open my own establishment someday, and I'm working here to gain experience and knowledge in the industry. I think I've learned more than enough by now, so sometime in the near future, I'll be entering into the next phase of my long-term plan. It feels so good to be spending my money on my own goals and dreams, rather than having it all get washed down the drain by Lucas and his mother. I'm sure starting up a new business won't be an easy path, but I think I've saved up more than enough to at least get things going. Another thing, I've actually been wanting to have pets for some time now, but Lucas never agreed to it because his mother hates animals. So, with them out of the way, my first stop is the local shelter. I'm deciding between getting a dog or a cat, or who knows, maybe I'll get one of both. I'm so looking forward to being able to have my own cat cafe, surrounded all day by my furry little friends. But it's not gonna do any good to just fantasize to you all about my future. I've actually gotta get to work. Don't worry about me. As you've seen from my story, I am more than capable of handling myself in tough situations.
Hugo, there's something I wanted to check with you. Do you have some time now? I thought you would be at home at this hour.
Yeah, it's been a while since I heard from you. I never expected you to be the one to start the conversation. What's wrong? When was the last time we talked? Maybe on the day we got our divorce. So what did you want again? How's Kai doing? I hope he's doing well.
Kai's doing fine. There's nothing you have to be worried about. I thought you still keep in touch with him. He told me you text him on a daily basis. What's the point of asking me when you can check on him yourself? Just text him and ask if he's doing okay.
It's already been a few months since I got a divorce with you. Time really flies by, huh? I do keep in touch with him, but I haven't seen him in person. Can you imagine how hard it is when you can't meet your beloved son for so many months? Of course, I miss him. I want to know how he's doing and make sure he's happy.
I don't really get it, to be honest. Well, never mind. Let's get straight to the point. I need to talk to you about something.
You said you wanted to check about something with me. What is it?
I was organizing our stuff today, and I found some of your things mixed up with ours. I thought I made sure I didn't bring any of your stuff with us. I'm guessing that Kay brought it with him as a mistake. Can I just get rid of it?
Did I forget to bring some of my stuff with me when I left?
It's your guitar. I don't know why, but it turns out we bought it with us. Didn't you tell me that you've been playing the guitar since you were in middle school? I thought the guitar was expensive. Why did you not bring it with you?
Alright, my guitar. I actually gave it to Kai when you guys moved out. He said he wanted it, so I decided it might be about time to pass it on to my son.
Oh, really? He never told me that.
What's the big deal? You don't mind that, do you? I'm Kai's father. I could at least give him a present. Just a little present from his father.
No, you don't need to ask me. I was just worried that Kay might have accidentally brought it with him. If you gave it to him as a present, I guess we don't have to go and return it to you.
Yeah, just keep it. Is that all you wanted to ask me?
Yeah, that's all.
Okay then. You don't have to check with me if you find more of my stuff mixed up with yours. Just do whatever you want with it. Whether you decide to sell it or dump it is completely up to you.
Okay, I won't ask you anymore.
Yeah, there's no need to ask me. By the way, there's something I was wondering about. Why'd you know that I text Kai regularly? Does he tell you when he gets a text from me?
Why are you suddenly asking me that?
No. I'm just wondering. You don't like it when Kai talks about me, do you? You usually want to avoid topics that are related to me, so I couldn't really imagine Kai telling you about us keeping in touch, you know?
You've said it yourself earlier, right? You're his father, although we already got divorced. Our divorce doesn't change the fact that you're still his only father. He's still in 6th grade. I know he still misses you, and it's natural to think that there's things he can only discuss with his father. I wouldn't get angry just because he texts his father once in a while. I know better than that.
Great. I guess you're a better mother than I thought. I actually thought you were doing what you initially said you'd do.
What are you talking about?
Remember when we brought Kai his first smartphone? You were worried that he might get in trouble using the internet and social media. And you were looking for ways to protect him from those malicious ads and users. Then you came across this software that allows parents to monitor the kids' activities on social media and see their messages using our computers.
Oh, right. That software I found on the internet. I never installed it though. You told me that it was too much.
He might still be in elementary school, but we have to protect our kids' privacy. I thought you might have actually installed the software to keep an eye on Kai.
God, no. I do check his phone once in a while to make sure he's not in trouble, but he agrees to it. I have his permission.
That's good to hear. As long as he agrees to it, it should be fine. I wish the best for Kai, you know. I'm sorry I got suspicious of you.
It's okay, I understand. I know you love him. He's your only son. Sorry for texting you so late. Thanks for your time. You have work tomorrow?
Yeah, I'll have to leave early, so I'm planning to take a quick shower and go to sleep. Make sure to take good care of Kai. How was school today? Did you have fun?
It was just a normal day at school. Nothing special. My friends were a bit awkward at first when my last names changed all of a sudden, but now they're used to it. They've been really nice to me. It's fun playing with them.
Oh, right. I should have known better about what you might face at school because of our divorce. Were you made fun of at school?
Nah, not really. Everyone's used to my new last name now. I'm doing fine, Dad.
That's great to hear. Did you have any other problems at school? You can tell me anything. I'm always on your side. I'll do whatever I can to keep you happy, Kai. What's wrong? Tell me if there's anything I can help you with. We don't live together anymore like we used to, but I'll always be your dad. I'm always here for you.
I want to move in with you, Dad.
I didn't expect you to say that. Are you sure you're doing okay? Did you have a fight with Mom? Are you having problems with her?
Mom hasn't been coming home for a while now. I haven't seen her for days. I'm always alone at night, and it's pretty scary when I'm left alone in the dark. I want someone to be in the house when I sleep. I'm starting to feel lonely.
Wait a minute. Did you just say that Mom's not coming home? Why? Did she tell you the reason?
I don't know. We don't really talk at home. She just tells me to be a good boy and leaves without telling me where she's going.
I see. That's not really safe if she leaves you all alone.
How long's it been since she left you? Maybe a few days. She comes home sometimes, but I don't keep track of the exact number of days when she's at home. She's usually on her phone, so we rarely have any conversation. I do try to talk to her, but I don't think she listens to what I say, so there's not really a point in trying to have a conversation with her.
Maybe she found a job. Did she tell you anything about it?
Nope, she hasn't told me anything.
Okay. I wonder what she's doing. But she does things around the house and takes care of you, right? Like do the laundry, clean the house, and prepare the food you eat.
No, she doesn't do anything at all. I'm always the one doing the chores. She expects me to do everything on my own. She gets angry when I don't do them for her. She gets furious.
Really? Does she have anger problems?
It's really scary when she gets angry. When I refused and asked her to cook dinner for me a few days ago, she locked my room from the outside, and I was grounded in my room until she came back. I was starving, and I had to survive on the snacks I had hidden in my room. I'm scared of Mom. I think she's crazy. Hey, Dad, I need your help. I don't want to be with Mom anymore. Can I move in with you, Dad? I can't stand living like this any longer.
No, you can't come here.
Why? Do you hate me? Are you tired of taking care of me like Mom is?
No, that's not it. Mom must be having a hard time too. She must be busy getting used to her new lifestyle because she just got a divorce.
Really?
Yeah. Listen, Kai. There's so many things we have to do when we become adults. Adults are always busy, busier than you can imagine. So be a good boy and support your mom, okay?
Okay, I'm sorry I complained.
It's okay. You can tell me anything you want. By the way, have you been practicing the guitar? The one I gave you as a present.
Yeah, it's starting to be my hobby. Mom's not at home, so I'm usually really bored. I play the guitar all the time when I'm at home.
Do you have the sheet music I gave you that has the guitar chords on them? You tried playing those songs?
Not yet, it's still too hard for me. But I'll give it a try. Do you think I'll be able to play it if I practice hard?
Definitely. Try taking a look at them. See the second song on the sheet? That's my favorite song to play on the guitar. I especially love the chorus of the song. How about you take a look when you have time? Try playing the chorus and singing along to it.
Yeah, I'll take a look and give it a try, Dad.
I know you'll also love it. It's really a great piece. So hang in there, Kai. You can do it. If you're patient, there will be things waiting for you in the future.
Okay, Dad.
Hugo, have you talked to Kai recently?
What? That's a sudden question. Is there anything you're worried about?
No, not really. I was just wondering if you're still keeping in touch with Kai. So, have you been texting him?
Well, I just texted him yesterday. Just some small talk, though. Nothing much. I wanted to check if he's doing fine at school. Make sure that he wasn't being made fun of. And, is that all you wanted to know?
Did Kai tell you anything in particular when you texted him yesterday? Like, I don't know, maybe about me or,
Oh yeah. You told me that you weren't coming home. Is that what you were worried about?
Yeah, and what did you think? Are you angry with me? Do you think I'm not taking good care of him enough?
Why would I be angry at you?
Because you wanted custody of Kai when we got divorced. I ended up winning and got custody of Kai because I looked after him most of the time when you were at work. But you were never happy with the results. I thought you might be angry about me leaving Kai alone at home.
You're a single mother. I understand that you have to leave him alone once in a while. I know you're busy every day. It's not like you're going out to play, right? Thought you might have found a new job. I assumed that was the reason why you rarely came home, but that not the case?
Oh yes, that's why I've been busy recently. I still haven't told Kai about my new job, but I started working part-time after we got a divorce.
I see. Well, Kai's already in 6th grade. You should be capable of looking after himself while you're at work. You might feel lonely sometimes, but he should be fine as long as you make time for him once in a while. He'll understand.
But I'm worried that Kai might still be too young to understand. Did he complain to you about anything?
He did tell me that he wanted to move in with me, so I told him no, obviously.
Why?
What do you mean, why? It's obvious, isn't it? You have custody over him. He can't just move in with me. It would be best for him if he just stayed with you, like we decided.
Really? Do you think so? What a surprise. I thought you were the type to do whatever Kai wanted. I thought you would allow him to move in if he told you he preferred to be with you. You really wanted custody over him.
Yeah, I love him, so it's natural that I wanted custody over him. But I realized that nothing really mattered as long as he's happy. I knew you would be a good mother, so I thought I should just accept it. If you weren't so eager to get a divorce, I wouldn't have separated ways with you in the first place.
I know, I'm very sorry about that. I'm sorry I caused all this mess.
No, it's okay. It's all over now. Let's go back to the topic. We were talking about Kai, remember?
Yeah, right.
You know, he's in his adolescence. Kids his age can be really sensitive. He might be feeling a bit worried because his parents just got divorced. With the sudden change in environment, he might have just wanted to talk to someone. But don't be so worried, okay? It'll pass soon.
Okay, thanks for the advice. I never thought I would be receiving advice from you when I just got divorced. It feels a bit weird, to be honest.
I'm willing to help if it's related to Kai. Don't care about the rest, though.
Yeah, I know. It's nice to hear that you're still willing to help me look after Kai.
You might be worried about Kai after what you heard from him, but I hope you could leave it to me.
Just trust me, and I'll take good care of him.
Yep. I trust you. I can be a good listener when Kai needs someone to talk to. I know it can be hard for you sometimes as a single mom, but I'm rooting for you. As long as you take care of him as his mother, it's entirely up to you.
Okay, leave everything to me. Sorry to take your time, but talking to you made me feel a bit better. Thanks, Hugo.
No problem. See ya.
Hey, what the hell are you thinking? Explain to me what's going on now.
What's the matter? Calm down, okay? I don't know what you're talking about. You have to tell me in detail what you're complaining about. I'm confused.
Don't pretend like you know nothing. I just got a letter from the court saying there was an objection to the court's decision about custody. What's going on? You have to be the one who objected.
Oh, that was fast. Didn't think the court would act so quickly.
You can be the only one who objected. What are you planning to do? Why are you suddenly complaining about me having custody over our son? I thought you accepted it.
It's a surprise that you still seem confused why you got the letter. Do you not realize what you've been doing to Kai?
What am I doing to him?
You go out every night, leaving your son alone at home. Do you think that's acceptable behavior? I can't approve of your behavior as Kai's father. That's why I objected to the court's decision.
I already explained to you about this before, and you told me that you were okay with that. You even reassured to me that Kai would understand.
I was lying to you, obviously. Did you really think I was serious? You were lying to me too, so you can't just blame me. You lied about your part-time job. You never had a job, did you? And I know you also secretly keep an eye on Kai's phone. You check his messages without his permission.
What? No, I don't. I really have no idea what you're talking about. Can you stop blaming me for what I never did? Stop imagining things and making up stuff.
I'm not making stuff up. I know everything, and I have proof too. That's why I acted cold when I was texting Kai the other day. I did it on purpose. I bet you felt reassured, seeing me refuse when Kai said he wanted to move in with me.
So you planned this all along? It was part of your act?
Of course it was. If I allowed Kai to move in with me believing what he told me, what would you have done? You might have hurt Kai and forbidden him to text me again.
Why would I ever hurt my son? I'm his mother, okay?
Mother. I see. If you were still his mother, I wouldn't have objected to the court's decision.
Huh? What do you mean?
You should know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about your new boyfriend. How was the date with him? Did you have fun while your son waited at home all alone in the night?
Why do you know all this? How did you find out about my new boyfriend? Don't tell me you hired a detective.
I told you I know everything, and I also have proof. To ensure that I get custody over Kai this time, I needed to collect as much proof as I can. After Kai told me about how you've been treating him, I did some research about what you've been up to.
What do you know about me?
Well, I know now that you've been dating this guy since when we were married, and I also found out that you never told him about you having a son. I kind of figured that you really were a horrible woman from the way you were treating your own son, but you were way worse than what I imagined.
We were already divorced. It's none of your business. Just leave me alone. Don't bring up things after our divorce. It's too late now.
It is actually my business. Kai is my son. And if you've been dating your boyfriend all this time, hiding the fact that you were cheating on me, I have to do some investigation, right? It doesn't matter if we're already divorced or not. You don't make any sense. You know that?
Okay, I give in. I don't care. You object as much as you want. If you want custody over Kai so much, go on. I'll give it to you. Are you happy now?
That's with your defiant attitude. You're gonna give in so easily? Or are you just gonna let go of your parental right? Don't take back what you said. I warned you.
There's no way I can win if you bring this case to court. You have the upper hand. There's no point for me to fight against you when I already know that I'll lose.
You give in so easily. I thought you wanted custody so bad when we got divorced. I guess you don't want him anymore now that things are going well with your boyfriend.
Shut up. You want custody. I don't need it anymore. It's a win-win. What more do you want?
So you're gonna get remarried after letting go of your parental rights. Well, what a woman. You think you can do whatever with your child. Why did you want custody over our son in the first place? You make no sense to me.
Back when we just got divorced, I didn't know if things would go well with him. I always thought I wanted to be with him. But what if he left me? I feel so lonely if I end up being alone, so I needed Kai for my mental support.
What the hell are you thinking? Being your son doesn't mean you could do anything to him. You said you didn't want to feel lonely, but have you ever imagined how lonely Kai felt when you left him all alone in the night while you visited your boyfriend? You're a horrible mother. No, you're a horrible human being.
Okay, call me whenever you want. I don't care what you think of me. My boyfriend proposed to me the other day, so I won't be lonely for the rest of my life. Just do whatever you want with Kai. It's all up to you now.
What a complete idiot you are. I really don't know what to say to you at this point.
I don't care what you say. If Kai's moving in with you, I don't think we'll ever need to get in touch again. I'll start my life as a new wife. Goodbye.
Hopefully you get to remarry him. Your boyfriend is planning to take back his proposal after finding out about your horrible personality.
What did you say? What do you mean by that?
I came across your boyfriend the other day. We had a little chat. He wanted to know my story, so I told him everything. Then he said that he can't marry a woman like you. Uh-oh.
What? You met him? How? Are you serious?
Yeah, he was eager to know more about you.
What do you think you're doing? You just ruined my future. You ruined my plans. You ruined everything.
You were about to ruin Kai's life. And Kai is the most important person in my life, so I can't let you do that. You're supposed to be his guardian, but you were so caught up in your romantic life that you neglected him. I don't care what happens to you, honestly. We're not related anymore. Now you've lost your husband, son, and your boyfriend. I guess you'll be alone for the rest of your life. I'll be living my life happily with my beloved son. Goodbye. After story. After I got custody over my son, Kai moved in with me like he had always hoped. I'm glad I'm finally able to live with my beloved son again. Now that I've got proof of her cheating on me while we were still married, I got her to pay me some compensation money. Of course, I also made her pay for child support. My ex-wife lost everything in her life. She lost custody, lost her boyfriend she was about to marry, now she's lost all of her savings as well. But it's what she deserved. She's been hiding the truth with all the lies that she's been telling the people around her. But now that we've all found out the truth, she has no other choice but to accept the harsh reality that awaits her. I've never been happier, and I'm more than happy that I'm finally able to live with Kai. But it doesn't change the fact that I ignored his desperate texts asking for my help. It was part of my plan, but I can't forgive myself for being such a bad father to him after I promised to be on his side no matter what. I apologized to Kai about that, and he told me not to worry about it. He seemed to understand what my plan was. He's a smart kid. The chorus of my favorite song says, "I'll come and get you no matter what." I knew that my ex-wife was keeping an eye on what I send him via messages, so I tried to send Kai a secret message, hoping he would get what I wanted to tell him. He got my message when I told him to take a look at my favorite song, so he knew that I had a plan. He said it motivated him to strive harder until I came to rescue him out of the mess. I was stuck for words when he told me so. I really can't thank him enough for trusting me all this time. I promised myself that I would take great care of my son for the rest of my life, and that I would do whatever I can to make him happy.